Happy Friday, everybody. So, I appreciate you guys checking me out. And today, I'm going to show you how we own nothing but control everything. That is what the wealthy and the elite do. This is why they're able to build that wealth. This is why they're able to not spend any money at times on their taxes. It is because they use these rules, these buried away rules that people just don't know about. Well, guess what? The Go Getter family has uncovered these rules, and today I'm going to talk to you about a really powerful one in the toolkit, man, of becoming the bank. So, going to a bank, filling out credit applications, qualifying for debt, showing W-2s, to get a mortgage to buy an investment property, that's a thing of the past, man. That's the prehistoric way of doing real estate investing. I'm going to teach you guys how to live in the world that I live in. I don't fill out credit applications. I don't show W-2s, proof of income, use realtors to buy a house. I don't do any of that. And I bought 6 houses in 6 months, guys. And that was just the beginning. I've helped people all around the country to become the bank and to buy investment properties with no credit checks and little to no money out of pocket. So thanks for joining me tonight. And if you're new to the channel, don't forget to hit that like button. And if you feel like I provided you some value, consider subscribing.
I'm a go-getter. They some go-getters. We some go-getters. Hope you a go-getter. Let's get it. I'm a go-getter. They some go-getters. We some go-getters. Hope you a go-getter. Let's get it. I'm a go-getter. Hustle to the end. We some no quitters. Knock it out the park. We for show hitters. Right, left hemisphere. That's a dome splitter. Yeah. Control our own destiny. Make moves. Cultivate whole legacy. Creative finance. Bring more ecstasy. The right ingredients. Now that's a dope recipe.
Okay, what's up, y'all? I feel like it's been a minute, man, since I've been on, but I'm happy to be here and give you some game tonight. All right, so I'm going to be talking about one of the weapons that we use in becoming the bank, right? Own nothing but control everything. See, when you buy real estate, there's different bundles of rights in that real estate. So if you have a certain bundle of rights, you may not have the deed to that house in your name, but you control every aspect of that house. You can rent it out, you can sell it on contract, rent to own, lease option, Airbnb, whatever you want to do with it as long as you're living up to that contract. And then there's other bundles of rights where you can just sublease it. It's called a sandwich lease option. But I'm going to talk to you about one of the powerful tools that we use in order to take over the existing mortgage on a property. So instead of going to the bank and qualifying for that debt, filling out those credit applications, having people at the bank looking down their nose at you like your credit isn't good enough or you don't have a big enough down payment or whatever, man, we're not doing that. We're using particular strategies to get a mortgage without having to qualify for it. So we're just taking over someone else's mortgage and we're buying the investment property that way. All right. So thanks for joining me tonight. If you guys have questions, just leave them in the comments and I'll answer questions for you on the second half of the show. All right. Don't forget to hit that like button, get us in the algorithm so that we can get this knowledge out to the everyday hardworking people like yourselves, man. Because guys, look, all right. So I was at the gas station today, man, and I didn't even look at how much it cost me to fill up my gas tank. Like I just forgot to look straight up. You know what I mean? And it was on E. My light came on or whatever. I heard that little ding. I was like, oh man, I got to go get some gas. So I went. I filled it up, man. And the guy next to me was he was talking about how much it cost him to fill up his tank. This is already when I walked to the other side of my car and I was getting in and I looked over and his was about 100 some dollars. Mine isn't that much. It was maybe 60 bucks. I drive a Ford Explorer. But anyway, he was talking about that $100, man, almost 100 bucks to fill up his gas tank, man. Gas prices are nuts right now, dude. $5. I mean, I'm in Iowa, man, and there's over $5 a gallon. I mean, that's unheard of. It is nuts. But this is the thing. I didn't look at mine. I filled it up and I forgot to grab my dang receipt. And I had something to do, man. So I just walked around the car and I got in my car. I wasn't tripping because I have financial freedom. So I'm not even worried about it, man. I'm taking the family to Mexico next week, go kick it. My daughter's 3 years old, going to see the beach for the first time in a different country. All right. But I do got to speak to my people, man. This is why I put the knowledge out there for you guys because I want you guys to enjoy the same change, man, in lifestyle, the same freedom that I got. And I did this in a year, man. Really in less than a year, man. I got 6 houses in 6 months. So, anyway, this person though, he's looking at his gas tank and it's almost $100 to fill up. And I know what he was thinking. I know because I've been there, man. I have. So, I'm just like y'all. I just um I just stopped letting fear hold me back, and I understood that being able to provide value to the marketplace is going to set me apart. So I had to get my knowledge to do that. So, and this is where that difference lies. So he's looking at his tank that's almost $100 to fill up. And I understand why he was so concerned about it, just like a lot of people are right now. Because if you are paying almost $100 to fill up your gas tank, you are trading a part of your life. You have traded away a piece of your life to fill up your gas tank. If you have a job and you're getting paid an hourly wage, you that set amount, that $100, if you get paid $20 an hour, it costs you 5 hours of your life to fill up your gas tank. Think about that, man. Think about it. If if you were making $20 an hour and it cost you $100 to fill up your gas tank, it costed you $5 5 hours of your life. 5 hours, man. And we all never know when it's going to be over. So those 5 hours, man, could be critical, right? And then the difference is, right, with me, I'm an entrepreneur. I'm an entrepreneur, so I don't trade my time for money. I don't trade my time for money. I trade creativity and the value that I bring to the marketplace to leverage other people's time so that I can live, so that I have financial freedom. I mean, it's glorious, man. And I just got my first house by taking over the existing mortgage last April. And guys, I'm getting close to my initial goal. My initial goal was to have $1 million in cash or assets by the year 2025, by August of 2025. It's June 2022, and I'm damn near there. Like that close. So I'm bringing value to the marketplace, not only in real estate investing, but also in mentoring and coaching people on how to invest the way that I invest. And today, that's what I'm going to talk to you about. I'm going to talk to you about one of the ways that we control properties. All right. And to me, it's this is critical. All right. So because the wealthy people, man, it's own nothing, control everything. And there's a number of different ways to do that, right? You can buy properties in trusts. You could buy them subject to where you do actually own the property, but there's still an existing mortgage on it. You just didn't have to qualify for it. Well, one of the things that we use to do that is a limited power of attorney. All right. Limited power of attorney. That document is critical in you being able to buy a person's house from them by simply taking over their mortgage. And all you have to do is continue to make their monthly mortgage payment. And you own a house. You own a house. This is the most powerful tool in real estate investing. Because think about it, with the traditional way of real estate investing, you've got to, either have a lump sum of money in the bank and go take out 200,000 and then use another 40 or 50,000 to fix that house up. And then you don't even get to hold that asset. You've got to flip it. You got to sell it because you got to make your money back and then you got to make your profit for the time that you put in. So really you're living from deal to deal, right? Even if you had that money to buy a house to flip the first time, right? You got to keep flipping them in order to make money. Or you got wholesaling, right? Where you go find a property where you can get that property under contract for way under market value. And then you sell somebody that contract, or you do a double closing for still under market value. And then you make a fee, right? You make an assignment fee, 10,000 bucks, 5,000 bucks, 15,000 bucks, maybe 20, right? But those are one time payments, or you got to have great credit and you go to the bank and you fill out tons and tons of paperwork, man. You're showing proof of income. You're showing W-2s. You got to have had the same job for the last 2 or 3 years. You can't apply for credit in the last 3 months. Otherwise, that'll mess your mortgage up, man, when you're going through the underwriting process. Man, we don't have to do that anymore. We do not have to do that. That's what I'm here to tell y'all, man. And I got to get this knowledge and this information out to the people because when I found it, I was wondering what took me so long to even hear about this, man. to even hear about it. It's subject to the existing financing. Guys, if you look on the HUD-1 settlement statement, you will see subject to the existing financing. It's right there in front of our face, man, in plain sight. They are hiding it in plain sight. It's right there. Everybody, everybody has a HUD-1 when they do a real estate transaction and they close on it. All right. So, matter of fact, I'm going to show you guys what that looks like right now. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to show my people what that HUD-1 form looks like. HUD-1 settlement statement. Let's see here. Oh, see if I can pull this up. Oh, there it is. And it's on HUD.gov. Here we go. All right, guys, I'm going to share my screen with you real quick so I can show you this HUD-1, or it's a settlement statement. You ask anybody in real estate, ask a realtor, man. And the best part about this is you don't have to be a realtor to invest this way. All right. But I'm about to show you guys because people will say, oh, subject to, you can't do that. Oh, it's illegal. Or closing companies don't do that. And this and that. Well, I guarantee you, closing companies use these HUD-1 settlement statements because they have to. You absolutely have to. You cannot do a real estate transaction through a title company, an escrow company, or an attorney without using a HUD-1 settlement statement, guys. So I'm sharing my screen with you right now. Can you see this? Yes, you can. Boom. All right, I'm about to zoom into this thing real quick just so you guys can see this, man. I got to show you guys what they're hiding from us in plain sight. So, line 203. Let me zoom in here. Boom. One more time. One more time. So look right here, guys, on line 200, it just says amount paid by or in behalf of borrower, deposit or earnest money. You put it there, all right? The escrow company has to fill this out. They have to. They turn this into the government for this real estate transaction. Government wants to keep record of this, has to, needs to. Then principal amount of new loan. So when we buy it subject to, we would leave this empty because it says the principal amount of the new loan. Well, there is no new loan because we are doing line 203. Existing loans taken subject to. Boom. It's right there, guys. It is right there. So for anybody that tells you that you cannot buy a house subject to the existing financing, they're trying to play you, man. They're trying to play you. I just showed you right there on line 203 of the HUD-1 settlement statement, what it says. All right. So, hey, don't forget to hit that like button. I just showed y'all something, man, that 98% of the population has no clue about. So it's right there in y'all face, man, in my face. And I got it. I finally got that thing. So anyway, guys, don't forget to hit that like button. Yeah, my name's Gene Boykin. I'm the founder of the GoGetter family. All right. Tonight I'm talking to you about our limited power of attorney. Okay, limited power of attorney. So when you buy a house by taking over the existing debt, you can't just go in there and tell the people, okay, yeah, I can take over your existing mortgage. All right, you just have to move out and I'll keep the house and I'll keep making your payments for you. Because when you call the bank isn't going to give you any information, none, about that mortgage. You got to have an information release form, and with the information release form, you can only get the information about that mortgage. Now, this is the thing about banks too, man. They're grimy, dude. Look, they will take your money so you can make a payment on somebody else's mortgage, but they can't tell you exactly how much that mortgage is. So you can send in 500, you can send in 5,000, whatever, but you would never know. Uh hey, that's what's up. Hey, what up, Trent? Okay, okay. So you would never know though how much that mortgage is, man, because they can't tell you, they can't give you any information. With that if you have that information release form signed, you can get information, but the limited power of attorney, all right, that limited power of attorney, you are that person in essence. All right. You are that person as it pertains to that property. So you can convey that property. Convey means to sell it or to sign it over to somebody else. You are conveying it to someone. You are giving that property to somebody. So you can convey that property. You can take care of any liens on that property. You can get any information on that property. You can refinance that property, y'all, with that limited power of attorney. And when I first started this, um, I was listening to one of my mentors, and I remember him saying, "Oh yeah, we use the limited power of attorney, and it says limited on there because we want that document to say limited, so when our prospects looking at it, they don't feel like it's a power of attorney over them." And then he says, "But there is no such thing as a limited power of attorney." He says, "There's only a power of attorney." So I took that information without double checking that, and I ran with it. I thought that was the case. But I'm here to tell y'all tonight, right now, that is not true. All right. There are different forms of a power of attorney, and a limited power of attorney is actually a form of that power of attorney. Okay. Limited power of attorney. So it is just limited to this property. Limited powers of attorney, those are mainly used for real estate. Okay. For real estate. Now, this is the thing, guys. People don't know this because they're not on the ins and outs of these transactions. All right. So, so check this out. When you go do a transaction, right? Matter of fact, I was dealing with a student in New Jersey, and he was taking over the existing mortgage on a foreclosure, and the house was getting ready to go to auction in a couple of days. So he looks it up on the sheriff's auction website to see what the rules are of their auction, if he can get a delay. Well, he finds out on there that he can get a delay. And on there, it says that all you got to do to get a 30-day delay is all the way up to the day of the auction by 12 p.m. You bring a letter requesting the delay, you bring a $28 money order, and then you bring a copy of the owner's photo ID. And these are the people that can make that request. This is what it says. Either the owner themselves, the owner's attorney, or the owner's power of attorney. Boom. Right there, that power of attorney. Then in my city, when I go down and do a real estate transaction, all right, because I like to use creative financing. So creative financing, I'm buying houses on contract, I'm buying houses on lease option, things like that. So when you buy on contract, that's actually a transaction because that's an own nothing, control everything type of transaction too. So when you buy on contract, you're getting that particular bundle of rights. And when you buy on contract, that is pretty much your best bundle of rights that you can get on a property. So the deed stays in the seller's name. All right. The deed to that house, it stays in the seller's name. But every other right for that house, it belongs to whoever's buying it on contract. Well, when I go do a transaction, a real estate transaction, and I got to record the documents, I'll bring that contract for deed down there. And then I've got to sign a declaration of value, all right, a declaration of value and a groundwater hazard form. So that declaration of value, what it says on there when you sign it, okay, when you sign that declaration of value, it asks you, it has three boxes that you can check. One of them says owner, so you check that one if you're the owner, or attorney, check that one, or agent, agent. That's what that limited power of attorney does. You are that person's agent because you are their limited power of attorney. All right. You're their limited power of attorney. So you can go down there and you can sign those documents. We're taking over their existing mortgage. So when we call the bank with that limited power of attorney, we've got to scan that document, email it to them. And then once they get that on file, that we're their limited power of attorney, dude, there is nothing we can't do. We call that lender, and that mortgage is in our name. Remember, we haven't qualified for that mortgage. We haven't filled out not one credit application. We have not showed not one month of a W-2, man. Not one day. We've not shown one shred of a proof of income. We have not had to. We have solved this person's problem, right? The person whose name the mortgage is in, we've solved their problem. So they've signed that limited power of attorney to us. So even when I buy on contract, they're selling me the house on contract. I still, if they have an existing mortgage, I take over that bank account. I take over that mortgage. And in order to do that, we need the limited power of attorney. All right. You got to have it, man. Um, Okay, Charles, what's up, my man? Yes, that question is correct, and I'll touch base on that here in a minute. Um, Hold on, guys, 1 second. I got one of my team is doing some work for me right now. All right, guys, sorry. Okay. So anyway, I'm going to share this document with you guys so you guys can see this limited power of attorney. And Charles, I'm going to answer that question on the second half of the show here. But let me show you guys this limited power of attorney real quick so we can go over this because I want you guys to see the rights that we have with this limited power of attorney because the limited power of attorney it's used in situations where we're taking over that property subject to any existing loans. And we can do this with any type of transaction, whether it's a lease option, buying on contract, subject to whatever it is. The limited power of attorney, it allows us to deal with any issues that might arise because of these loans, or if we have to deposit any checks, or if any checks come in the seller's name for that property. We're the limited power of attorney. All right. So also, we can refinance that property. We can sell it to a third party. It authorizes us to deal with any matters, any and all matters regarding the property. All right, including its operation, its management, property taxes, insurance, maintenance, and the sale of the property. Whatever you can think of, limited power of attorney. Hey, we're in there. All right, we're in there. So let me show you guys this power of attorney here, quick, that the GoGetter family uses for our transactions to get again control of this property. We're getting control of the property. That's what we want to do. We want to control it, guys. See, this is the difference between poor people and rich people as well. And I say this lovingly because I was, in that group. Man, my family was in that group, that poor people group. It's just the way our circumstances were, man. But are you going to break those generational chains or aren't you? I mean, there is no other way to put that. I'm like, are you or aren't you? Oh, I know what I did. You know what I mean? But the difference is, see, wealthy people understand that there are some nuances to ownership. Okay. If you have certain documents, certain paperwork that say certain things, well, you can control that property just like you own it, but you don't technically own it. But you have every other right, man. You control it as if you own it. You're making the money off of it. So who cares if you own it or not? Legally, you control it and you're not stepping outside of the law. So if when you know the rules to the game, you can play that game to win it. If you don't know the rules, you can't play to win. That's just the bottom line. So let me share this with you guys real quick. I got to stop sharing this old one and share this new one here. Um, so y'all can see this. Okay. This is my limited power of attorney, y'all. Limited power of attorney. Let me make sure you guys can see it. Yes, you can. So, limited power of attorney. You got the state in which it's in, you got the county in which it's in, right? Let me see. You put that Michael, I got just a name here, Michael Bestseller. So that's going to be your seller of the county of. So what county is the property in? State, reposing special trust and confidence in Gene Good Deal as agent. Now, when I do a limited power of attorney, not only do I put my name on there, but I put my name and my LLC and my LLC. So that way, anybody from my team can contact the lender and they can get that information and they can do things for me. So that way, if I'm doing something else, my team can handle that business instead of having to get a limited power of attorney for each individual person. I got the LLC on there. So that way, hey, anybody on the squad can use it. Now, it says it right here too. Look, where it says, okay, of the county of Woodbury, state of Iowa, have made, constituted, and appointed, and by these presents do make and constitute and appoint said agent. to be my true and lawful attorney in fact, to act for me and in my stead, and to sell and convey the following described real property. Then you put the address and the legal description. The agent, guys, agent. And then when you sign any documents for this property, you're going to sign it with your name as agent. As agent. Well, it's your name, comma, as agent. Always, guys. Always. Man, I love this stuff because it's so powerful. So right here it says, my agent is hereby authorized to sign, seal, and deliver as my act and deed any contract, deed, or other instrument in execution of any agreement for sale made by me or my agent in such manner that all my estate, right, title, and interest in said land may be effectually and absolutely conveyed and assigned to the purchaser thereof. Boom. That first line says it all right there, man. Like that's really all you need to know, right? And then it says down here, it says my agent may contact any lender, lien holder, or government authority regarding money or other obligations owed regarding the property, and may further execute any and all documents necessary to correct any deficiency in previously executed documents regarding the ownership or sale of the property. So what that's saying right there is, before that person, before our seller may have had title to this property, well, if something was wrong, there were some documents that weren't signed correctly or whatever, well, hey, we can fix those too. So anything with this property. So that's what I'm saying, guys. It's these subtle nuances and subtle rules. And guys, understand this. I'll talk to people, and when we get that information release form signed, we've got to get our seller's social security number. All right. There's not a problem in getting that. Remember, we're solving this person's problem. We're solving these people's problem. So they have no problem giving us their social security number. I tell them, like, we need you to authorize this paperwork. And then when I'm filling it out for them, I'll confirm information with them, right? So you spell your last name, what? Williams. Look up. Yep. Okay. And your phone number is 12345 6. Look up. They say, yep. Okay. And your social security number, and you look up. And they give it to you. Boom, boom, boom. Just like that. There is no hesitation. If they don't want to give you that social security number, well, you know what? I'm not the right person for you, because I'm not going to be dancing around that stuff. Like, I need your social security number so that I can get the information release form and have the limited power of attorney, so I can stop this foreclosure for you, or whatever it is. I can stop these code violations from the city putting more liens on your property, whatever it is. Or tired landlord, we're taking over the property for them, and they're in eviction court with their tenant. Oh, well, cool. Right. And guys, I own a house that I bought from a farmer. All right. And the farmer's got money. Like, he wasn't hurting. He wasn't behind on his taxes, or I mean, on his mortgage. None of that. He just didn't want to fiddle with doing the improvements, man, the repairs to the house to sell it, because he bought this house for his girlfriend. She calls him her sugar daddy. Right. And I don't care. Hey, to each his own, man. Do your thing. I don't care what you do. Right. As long as you ain't stepping on my toes, I don't care. Live your life. But she didn't want to live there anymore. So he was spoiling her or whatever, and he rented her another place, and he wanted to sell this one, but he didn't want to do the repairs. So guess what I am now? I'm his limited power of attorney. He's a farmer that lives in a small city, small town outside of my city. And look at me. Look at me. Do I look like I relate with a farmer? I mean, real talk now. Do I look like I relate with a farmer? I got tattoos on my neck and all that, man. It doesn't matter. That's what I'm trying to tell y'all. Anybody can do this. You don't need any certifications. You don't need any licenses, anything like that. Yeah, that's right. I'm the new sugar daddy, Charles. Hey, you too much, man. But but anybody can do this, guys. You just have to have the knowledge to do it. And this is, see, with what's going on right now, with the economy being the way that it is, a recession is impending. Gas prices through the roof, prices of food through the roof, prices of any goods through the roof, man. Like, it's nuts. Dude, my homeboy, my friend, just bought his wife a Ford Explorer that's a year newer than mine. He paid $7,000 more for it, and it still has more miles than my Ford Explorer, and I've had mine for over a year. He paid like 6 or 7,000 more than me. And that's because of the cost of materials and the way the economy is right now. So, the people that are going to do the best when all this shit hits the fan are one, the people that learn a new skill the fastest. All right. The people that learn that new skill the fastest are going to be the people that do the best and that win in these situations. So, hey, I found this strategy on YouTube, man. YouTube University. So, if you're watching me on YouTube, man, I'm going to give you the game that I can here on YouTube, man. But what I also did was I went out and I paid for knowledge that wasn't on YouTube because I didn't want to be studying this shit for 2 or 3 years and then take action. I wanted to study this shit for a few months and then jump in and get to it. And that's exactly what I did, man. And that's the difference, though, right? Between poor people and rich people, man. I mean, it just is what it is. When poor people hear about the cost of something and it's not a tangible asset, it's not a pair of Jordans, it's not a pair of True Religion jeans, man, or a new car or whatever. They start counting the money up in their head like, oh no, that costs $1,000. Oh no, that's a week and a half of work for me. That's 2 weeks of work for me. I'm not doing that. I only make $20 an hour. When a rich person, a wealthy person, on the other hand, hears about something that they know is going to bring them value and bring a return on their investment, they say to themselves, what do I need to do to pay for that? Do I need to put that $1,000 on a credit card and then just pay the minimum monthly payment on that card for 3 months until I learn this knowledge and then implement it and start to get that return on my investment? Then I can pay my credit card off. Because this is the thing, if all it's going to do is allow you to buy an investment property without having to fill out a credit application, show your W-2s, qualify for that debt. If all it's going to do is let you do that, I have no clue what it is people would be waiting on. All right. Or if all it's going to do is allow you to take back control of your life, man. And I'm saying that shit with conviction, y'all, because I control my life. I control it, man. I control my life. I went golfing this morning and I worked on my business today, man. You know what I mean? And I made money. Like, the fuck, dude? I control my life. So if that's all it's gonna do, I don't know why you haven't dug into this and taken it seriously yet. You know what I mean? Or if all it's gonna do is allow you to do like me, man. I'm taking my entire family to Mexico on June 28th. Y'all will see the pictures, y'all will see the videos. I'm taking both my kids and my girl and me for a week, and we ain't tripping at all. I'm not going to be down there counting pennies, pinching pennies like, oh man, if I spend this much, I got these bills when I get back. You know, I'm not, no, I'm not doing that because I don't have to, but I put in that work, man. And I invested in myself. So if all it's going to do is allow you to do that, I didn't see a beach with my own eyes until I was 40 years old, man. 40. My daughter is fixated, dude. Like she is obsessed with seeing a beach. She's obsessed with it. She keeps saying like she got to see a beach. She want to see a beach. I'm telling her, yeah, baby, I'm gonna take you. I'm gonna say, oh, I don't have any sand toys, Dad. I don't have any beach toys. I'm gonna buy you some toys, baby. Well, guess what? My daughter's gonna see a beach when she's 3 years old, man, in a different country. And I didn't see a beach personally till I was 40. We breaking these generational chains, man. But are you gonna go for it? You're gonna bet on yourself because now is the best time in history to get wealthy, man, to get financial freedom. All right. So, Nick Bravo had a question. He says, "Is your course is it fully outlined how to find deals?" So, it depends on which course that you get, brother. Um, man, you could go, man. I'm gonna answer that in a minute, Nick. What you just put up, but anyway, if you get my subject to masterclass, it's got my finding prospects process in there. All right, where you find these off market deals, all right, um, how you research these deals, how you get this information, because we want no competition leads. I'll tell y'all this, man. I do not, and I repeat, I do not buy a house if it is for sale. I don't buy a house if it's for sale. The best deals are the off market deals. Now, I will buy a for sale by owner, right? I'm not going to sit up here and lie to you and stunt, right? I will buy a for sale by owner, but I'm not targeting those. I'm not out searching for them. I'm not in my classifieds looking for sale by owners. I'm looking for off market, no competition leads, man. And there are places to find these where you can be the one to get to them first. You get to them first, you let them know the value that you can bring, how you can help them, how you can partner with them to get them back in control, get them debt relief by taking over their existing mortgage payments. We'll take over your loan for you. Ideally, we'd love to have a buyer for it immediately. But if we don't, in the event that we don't, we just continue to make your mortgage payments for you until we do find a buyer or until that mortgage is paid off. Simple as that. I just showed my inner circle group coaching members. We listened to a recorded call of mine together when I closed on a house that I own now. That was the first call I had with them. We listened to that. I used that exact line. So in that subject to masterclass course, yes, Nick, it is. And guys, put where you're from too on your comment, please. So anyway, yes, it is in that subject to masterclass. So if that's what you're looking for, it's in that subject to masterclass. Or if you become a member of my inner circle, you get all that and then some, like all that and then some. But I appreciate the question, man. That's dope. That's dope. Okay, Charles Pagan. He says, so this is a land contract, meaning you control the land that the property sits on? Question mark. Okay, so I'm gonna distinguish here. And Charles, I believe, is from Charlotte, North Carolina. So I gotta distinguish here, all right. Um, when we say buying it on rent to own, there are so many different ways to structure that. You can do it on a lease option, you can do it on a land contract, you can do it on an installment land contract, you can do it on a contract for deed, an agreement for deed, a bond for deed. There are all these different names for it, right? But but they all mean the same thing. It's just the title really on that paper and then what's in the body, the copy of that contract, right? The words on the paper, man. That's what matters. So Charles, to answer your question, it can be called a land contract, but if you have some information in there about the house, well then it's a contract for that deed because it's going to be spelled out in that contract. So you can't just have a land contract and because there's a house on it, you might own that land and a person would have to lease that land from you. But 9 times out of 10, that's going to be on commercial sites, commercial buildings where the land is owned by someone and then the building is owned by another entity and then they're both leasing it together, right? So yeah, that gets a little complex, but with houses, it is not that complex. It really isn't. If there's a house on that land, most likely there are not two different owners because when you look on your public records, right, and you look at the tax assessed value, it'll have the value of the land and then the value of the dwelling on that land. All right. And those are together though. So it's not two different people that own them. All right. But you could do a contract for deed, Charles, and it's called a land contract as long as the writing in there, the words in there speak to that property. So, man, I got to speak to this one here. Nick Bravo says, I wish I could go to Brazil this winter. Why can't you? Why can't you, bro? For real. Look, man, I'm going to show y'all. I got it right here. I got it right here. My passport. I just got this passport. Man, it might have been a month or so ago, a couple months ago, man. About a month and a half, I think it was, because it took about 3 weeks to get here. But I got this passport without knowing where we was going, to Mexico or what. And I didn't even have I had some money. I could have went, right? But I'd have been maybe hurting a little when I got back. But I knew that I was progressing every day, working on my business, working on my mind, my knowledge and the value that I bring to the marketplace. I knew that I was going to be going out of the country on vacation because I'm working each day to get better. So, Nick, you can go to Brazil this winter, dude. Yes. Don't wish it. Say, I am. See, that's the thing. Don't wish it, bro. Say, I am. I am going. I am going to Brazil this winter because all right. I don't want to get too deep tonight, right? It's Friday night, people chilling, weekends here, whatever, right? But right now, we are all doing the best that we can, the best of our abilities based off of who we are this moment. All right. We're doing the best of our abilities based off of who we are this moment. So when we change on the inside who we are, then the outer changes, the results change. All right. So when you, Nick, even just you saying, instead of saying I wish I could go to Brazil this winter, you change that to I am going to Brazil this winter. And then the things you attract, man, are things that will help you get to that goal, man. And the things that you do them with intention on getting to that goal. But when you just wish you were going, well, then things happen by accident. And we don't want things to happen by accident, man. We live our life with intention. When you live your life with intention, then everything you do somehow relates to you getting to the place that you want to go. And you see with the little things that you do, even on the side, how they relate to you getting to your goal, man, because you have that intention. So it starts with the inner. So you have to be the person right now that you actually want to be when you're successful. You have to be that person. What would you do if you were that person already? All right. Rose, what's good? Hey, I appreciate you, Rose. I appreciate you. Um, Mighty Savage, do you provide step-by-step videos with typical sub-2 situations that come up? So hey, for my inner circle students that's watching this right now, we was just talking about this on Wednesday in the inner circle meeting. We were going over one of my transactions, and there was a few different things that I had to do in there. So we talk about my transactions that I've done step by step and how you handle these things. Yes. And then we have some step-by-step processes of the documents that you're going to use that you need, and in that chronological order. So in the order that you would use them in a transaction, we absolutely have a process. Okay, but is there a step by step, like you go A B C D E and a deal is closed? No, because there's different things that pop up, man, that we've got to fix. There's different obstacles, there's different problems. Real estate, guys, is never black and white. It never is. There's different things that you got to handle along the way. So I would not sit up here and lie to you, Mighty Savage, and put where you from, Mighty Savage, please. Oh, I see you did on the next one. All right. But I wouldn't sit up here and lie to you and be like, yeah, I'll give you the step by step. I give you the 7 steps to becoming the bank, right? And I was just talking about this Wednesday in our inner circle group coaching meeting, where it these steps are ingredients to a recipe. So I use the analogy, man, like when grandma's cooking that meal, man, and grandma can throw down. Man, grandma's not using no measuring cups. She's flicking that wrist, bink, 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 putting that seasoning in, because grandma knows what she's doing, man. She's experienced at that, man. She knows because she's been through it. She has that knowledge, that experience. She's done it over and over. So now she knows what that flick of the wrist is, man. A quarter cup. She got to flick that wrist a few times. Bam, bam, bam. And that's that quarter of a cup. She don't go in a drawer and just get that quarter of a cup. Well, it's the same thing with the 7 steps. You learn knowledge in each step, and then you will use different pieces of that knowledge, different ingredients, to get that final recipe. And that final recipe is owning a house, because there's 38 different ways that we can structure a transaction. So having that knowledge will allow you to look at somebody's problem, boom. And as soon as you hear the problem, your mind has already gotten resolved it. You know what type of transaction you're going to do, right? You know how you're going to structure that transaction, right? Are you going to give them some money down and then some money monthly? Or are they getting no money and you're just taking over the existing mortgage because you got to do a bunch of repairs or there's no equity? Or are you going to give them a lump sum now, a lump sum in 6 months, and then a lump sum when the house sells? Or are you going to give them nothing now, no monthly payments, and a lump sum when the house sells? I mean, there's so many different ways. So having this knowledge, Mighty Savage, is what's going to do that for you. So, do you do title search on high prospect deals? So I'm not going to do a title search, man, until I have that house under contract. When I get the house under contract, that's when I will do a title search, because title search costs you it costs you like $150. So okay. Oh, Mighty Savage says, and where are you at? Hey, I'm in Iowa, bro. I'm in Sioux City, Iowa, man. Yes, I'm in flyover country. This shit is whack too, dog. Like, it is whack, man. There ain't nothing here. There ain't nothing to do. A lot of people are closed minded. They was making it difficult for me, man. This is why I tell people, man, when I'm going to down to the courthouse, man, they was trying to make it hard for me, man. Like obstructionists, man. They were obstructing me, right? But I knew that other people were doing this, so that meant that it could be done, and I would not. and I repeat this, I would not take no for an answer. Your ass is gonna file this document because this is your job and these documents can be filed and recorded on public record. My memorandum of contract. I still remember the very first time that I went down to the recorder's office to record a memorandum of contract, man. The lady had to go get her supervisor and everything, man. But guess what they did by the end? They recorded my damn memorandum. But yeah, so I'm in Iowa, man. I don't got way deep on you. My bad, homie. Uh how can we get into the inner circle? Okay, Charles. So this is the thing with the inner circle, man. See, the thing about me is this. Um, Money don't make me, man, and that's what I was talking about earlier about how a person spend damn near $100 filling up their gas tank and be stressed out about it right now. And that's because they're trading away part of their life to buy that full tank of gas. If you get paid an hourly wage and you spend $100 or $50 on filling up your tank, you have traded away time of your life to buy that gas. But me as an entrepreneur and real estate investor, I'm not trading away a part of my life to buy a gas tank or even to go on vacation. I am leveraging other people's time, or I'm leveraging my knowledge and the value that I bring to the marketplace to buy that tank of gas to go on vacation. So I said all that to say, Charles, the way that you get into my inner circle coaching program isn't just because you have money to pay for it. There's no place on earth where you can just pay and then you're in my inner circle. It just does not work like that. You actually you'll have a discovery call with one of my executive coaches to see if we can help you get to your goal, right? And to see if we're a good fit. Do another strategy session with you where we give you some free coaching. We give you some free coaching recordings, and then if we're a good fit, boom, you're in that inner circle, and we about to hit a home run, man. Like my girl Rose. Rose about to get her one too, because she been door knocking and everything, man. I gotta, hey, nothing but love. We got you. Go get her family. That's right, Rose. I love it. I love it. Rose, I'm telling you, I've been thinking about you a lot lately, Rose. I have, ever since you had called me last week and you knocked on that dude's door. I actually want to know how that went. I know you sent that letter out to him. He's getting kind of close. I think he goes up for auction, what, July 6th? I think you said. So we're gonna have to touch base with him again because that's still a house that we can get, but we'll need to touch base with him and get that paperwork authorized if we want to stop the foreclosure, especially down there in Florida where you at. We'll have to get with him by at least like June 24th, June 25th, and get that paperwork authorized and get it to the lender so that we can take control, and we can do what we do with that lender, right? We can use our foreclosure mitigation tactics and get that thing for free. So, uh, let me see. Be the person that you want to be tomorrow. That's right, man. That's right. That is right. Oh, yeah, I got you. Ain't no doubt about it. What do you say? Yeah, but the steps are the same. No, LOL. No, but they ain't. Oh, I love it, man. I do. I ain't gonna lie. I do. I do. The steps are not the same, man. Um, the documents are the same, but you mix and match some documents depending on the type of transaction that you do. There is a 4-step process. Matter of fact, I'll give you the 4-step process right now. I'm gonna share my screen with you and all that. I'm gonna give you the 4-step process. Let me pull it up. Boom. I'm gonna give you the 4-step process right now. I'm gonna show it to you. This is it, Mighty Savage. I'm gonna show you this 4-step process. This is all you gotta do. Because you're right. Fundamentally, it is the same. You are absolutely right about that. Fundamentally, the process is the same. This is the process. It is the go-getter family's four P's of investing. It's it's the go-getter family's investing quadrant right here, right? The first thing you do is you find a problem. Let me make sure y'all can see this. Yeah, you can. So the first thing you do is you find a problem, right? And the problem, is it a foreclosure? Is it a vacant property? Are they a tired landlord? What problem can you solve for these people, Mighty Savage? right? That's step one. You find that problem. All right. So now that you know what problem you're going after, then you're going to find the property. Okay. So we know we're going after foreclosure. So you will get on Google, you'll put your county name in, and then you put, like me, I'm in Woodbury County. So I will put Woodbury County Sheriff's Sale or Woodbury County Sheriff's Auction, or I'll go down to my county clerks, right? Or I'll get on a public records website or PropStream, and I will put the link to PropStream for you so that you guys can get the 7-day free trial of PropStream in the video description. Then step three, right after you found the property, right? You went to the county clerks and you got the eviction notices list. Let's say you were going after tired landlords, so you got the eviction notices list, and now you got the address of the or the names of the owners, right? And then you just skip trace them and you get that address. That so now you got the property. Then you got the person. You got to talk to the person who can convey this property, who can sell this property to you, right? Who can sign this property over to you. And then the fourth and final step is your paperwork. What contracts do you need? Once the pen is mightier than the sword, always has been, always will be. All right. So that there, Mighty Savage, is that process we was just talking about. Um, Let me stop sharing my screen here. There we go. That's that process, homie. That's the knowledge I'm looking for. Hey, that's what's up, man. Hey, we give you some crazy man, some crazy knowledge. Mighty Savage says, what tools do you use, if any? PropStream, Deal Machine, etc. I love PropStream, man. I love PropStream. I use PropStream. I use my local public records websites. Local public records website, or you go down to the courthouse and you look at those public records. But if you find the website for your market that you're in, the local public records one, it just saves you a ton of time, man. Ton of time. And then my local newspaper, man, the legal section. Telling you, I'm telling you. Um, hey, that's where it's at. That legal section, you're gonna find some stuff. So Charles says, a good thing about that is I have no money. So let me speak to that. If you have no money, Charles, you are the main person that needs this knowledge. And I mean that sincerely, homie. If you have no money, you're the main person that needs this knowledge, because when I found this knowledge, Charles, I had no money. I was just like you, man. I had no bread, man, none. Like I was fucked up. Well, you know what I mean? But I knew that when I found this knowledge that it was the key. This was the key that was going to set me free, man, and give me control of my life. And guess what? That's what I got. Cause we the go getter family. You know what I mean? That's what I got, man. Like, is it, man? Hey, so, are the people that purchase your course provided some sort of support if they have questions, even if it's paid? So, we have our private Facebook group, and then I also have a virtual mastermind that you can be a part of, where we do that every Sunday, where I answer questions, right? But if you purchase a course, I don't have any like live support for the course. No, I don't. I mean, I'd be broke if I sold a course for $97 or 397. That's the prices of my courses, and then I paid somebody to wait by the phone to answer questions, and I damn sure couldn't wait by the phone to answer questions. But I do answer questions on lives. We do have the private Facebook group, and then we have the virtual mastermind that you can be a part of, and you can post your questions in there in those private groups, and boom, get them questions answered. All right. So let me see. It looks like that's about it, y'all. I appreciate you guys tuning in tonight, man. I appreciate the support. Rose, you know, it's always good to see you. Mighty Savage, hey, I appreciate you sliding through, man. So, again, what this one was talking about, right? This video, I got a little off track with the questions in the second half, but we were talking about owning nothing and controlling everything. And one of the main tools in that is our limited power of attorney. All right. So, I'm going to give you guys one more pro tip. When you're talking to your prospect and you're finding out what their pain is, what their problem is, all right, and you get to the point where you need them to sign those contracts, All you tell them is, okay, Mr. or Mrs. Prospect, I can start working on this problem for you and get you this debt relief. As soon as you authorize some paperwork for me. I just need you to authorize this paperwork and we can get started. Authorize the paperwork sounds so much better than I need you to sign these contracts. Person hears that, man, they like, they just feel like they're signing their life away. So don't say sign. See, we're going to give you the magic words, and then we're going to give you the not magic words. Right? We're going to give you the bad words and tell you not to say those bad words. I cuss a lot, but I don't say them bad words. There's a difference. I say the magic words a lot though. So, yeah, so there's that, man. I appreciate you guys, man. Appreciate you guys popping in. Mighty Savage says that or agreement. Yes. Yeah, agreement's all not yeah. Agreement's okay. You know, I just like authorize the paperwork, man, because then you know what I mean. But I mean, shit, they already know what we're doing, right? We tell them what we're doing. There's nothing under the table or anything like that, man. Never, never. We move with integrity, man. If you ain't got integrity, you can't even be a part of the Go-Getter family. I don't even give a shit. If you out here tricking people, lying, stealing, manipulating, all that stuff, you can't do it here. You know what I mean? We got to move with integrity, man. And people will see that. They will feel that because what this game of becoming the bank and buying houses with little to no money out of your own pocket and no credit checks is all about them trusting that you are there to help them. And when they trust you, they will let you do anything with that house. It doesn't even matter. They know. They trust that you are there to help them. You are on the same side of the table as them, trying to get to the same finish line. And then they also know that you are competent and you are capable of helping them. That's it. Bottom line. So, guys, I got to get up out of here, man. Don't forget to hit that like button. All right. And if you're new to the channel, go ahead and subscribe if you feel like I brought you some value today. And guys, it's Friday. Enjoy your weekend. Get on your grind. Rose, we're gonna touch base so that we can get that prospect because we got to close us some deals. All right. So guys, again, I appreciate you, man. I really do. It's very humbling. And it's just a blessing for y'all to let me pour into you, man, this knowledge that I've worked so hard to acquire, allowing me to give it to y'all, man. It's a blessing and it's humbling, man. So I appreciate y'all. All right. Y'all be safe out there. And you know what it is. Till next time, let's get to it, y'all.
I'm a go-getter. They some go-getters. We some go-getters. Hope you a go-getter. Let's get it. I'm a go-getter. They some go-getters. We some go-getters. Hope you a go-getter. Let's get it. I'm a go-getter. Hustle to the end. We some no quitters. Knock it out the park. We for show hitters. Right, left hemisphere. That's a dome splitter. Yeah. We control our own destiny. Make moves. Cultivate whole legacy. Creative finance. Bring more ecstasy. The right ingredients. Now that's a dope recipe.